Hey everybody, welcome to Emergency Roadside Repair with Eric. Well, it's not quite emergency roadside. I'm in my driveway, but it almost was an emergency roadside repair. I believe that even though they're not, oh yeah, it does not sound good. You probably can't hear it in the camera. But in 2017, I rebuilt the front end of this truck, and I maybe put 2,000 to 3,000 miles on it between then and now, so it sat a lot. And when I did the floor repair, I thought to myself, I even said to my uncle, I said, you know, we should jack it up and check the wheel bearings. We never did that. Well, today I'm in Delaware, and all of a sudden it is making a horrendous sound. And it's a rotational sound. You can hear it go, whoa, whoa. And then you can hear the bearings crunching. And so step one is jack the vehicle up, make sure it's on level ground, secure it, and all that. And, which I've already done. And
what are you doing?
I'm doing the wheel bearings still, Luke. Except for this time, I'm talking to people while doing it. And, ooh, man, you can definitely, well, I don't know if you can see that. I've got new wheels coming for this because these actually hit the control arm. Yeah, and there's a lot of mess in here from that. And, so the reason I had the wheel tilted is because we actually have to take the brake caliper off. These brakes have like no wear on them at all. You could also, and I would recommend, however, I was not prepared enough to. I'd say you would definitely want to check your brakes. These, like I said, the wear is not bad at all. The rotors appear to be in good shape. And my tie rod ends, man, they're split to crap. Not my tie rods, my sway bar links, the bushings are all messed up. Now this cotter pin here, I cannot stress this enough. Do not cheap out and say, you know what, I'm not going to get a new cotter pin, because these things are cheap, and this is what really, more than anything, keeps your wheel from falling off. So, and you usually have to destroy them to get them out, as you can see. And if you can't hear, I have my son over here. The thing that really sucks is most of my tools are very far away from me right now. I wonder what that is. Actually, I know what that is. I didn't think I still had that connected. So this nut and this washer are basically what keep everything from falling out. And I don't have gloves. I would highly recommend gloves for a job like this. And I'm gonna have to reposition the camera in a minute. But yeah, I'm actually gonna reposition it now. Give me 1 second. Alright, so inside this rotor is a seal. In fact, this is what it looks like.
That's what the seal looks like.
However, right now it's covered in brake dust and grease.
And broken.
It is not broken, Luke. Luke, don't mess with those boxes, please. Give me 1 second. I had to take my channel locks and bend a little groove in there so I can get the screwdriver loose. They want to see the rotor. Alright, so then the seal comes out, wheel bearing comes out, Luke. These bearings really don't look that bad. I think that they might have just been, the grease is all worn out, maybe? I don't know. Because they were howling and making a crunching sound. And especially when I was making a left turn, which made me think that the passenger side was bad, which I've already done. Normally when I do these videos, I do the passenger side on video. But my neighbor was mowing his grass, and I'm running out of daylight here, so we're going to take this brake clean and clean this out. Alright, so I'll show you where I would say I would normally recommend gloves. So I need the inner bearing. That's the seal. The inner bearing. I plan on doing a brake upgrade on this soon. This is why I just went with the store brand bearings, which do come with a new race. If you felt up to it, you could hammer out the race, and but what I would like to do is get a whole glob of grease here, and then pack it in by hand. They make grease packing things you can do this with. To a certain degree, you could say that there is a such thing as too much grease, but I don't know. Some people would say that I'm not an expert. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, also, by not being very prepared, I don't have a hammer here either.
Oh, so that's good.
So, I'm going to do it the redneck way.
What's redneck?
By taking my ratchet. You want to get this in pretty evenly.
Because you don't want to.
And the last one went in way easier. That's in there nice and straight. I'm going to need those pliers that Luke's playing with soon. Not right now, but soon. Alright, so then we can take our front bearing.
I have a stick.
We can take our outer, this is the outer bearing. And we're going to do the same thing. Get as much grease as we can on here.
I got a stick. This could help sweating it in.
Nah, I've already got it, Luke.
What's going?
So we're going to do the same thing, get as much grease as we can. What I'm watching for, when I'm doing this, is for grease coming out of the rollers, because that means that it is fully packed in there when the grease is coming out through the rollers. I'm going to set that on the lid to the grease. Wipe my hands off a little bit.
It's coming out.
Yep.
That means it's full.
It is full. So I'm going to end up getting a little bit of grease on.
God. This might be the problem.
Well, that's one of the problems with the truck, Luke. He's playing with the rust. We had those parts to fix that, Luke. I showed you those at my Uncle Walter's shop.
Oh my God. This is impossible to drive now.
No. Luke, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's as fine as it can be. So this is where things can often get controversial. And I need to find my new cotter pins. Oh, hey Luke. Underneath the front of the truck over there, there's a little pack. Can you grab me that? But be very careful and don't go under the truck.
Yeah.
Even though I do have it supported, I don't want you under it. Because you never know what can happen. So the little grease plate. Yeah, just bring me that. Don't drop anything out of it, please. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. But this is where things will get controversial. I mainly need the big ones, Luke.
But I'm also going to give you the little ones.
Yeah. Alright, everybody does this a little bit different, and they all believe that their way is correct. I tighten this up until I cannot, until it takes a lot of force to turn this rotor. I'm left-handed, so. Alright, now, I'm going to bring it back a little bit. I want to back it up a little bit, because I want just a little bit of drag on that bearing. And that's about where I think I like it. And then,
all the small ones.
alright.
So you have small ones.
Ow.
Just in case you need a small one.
Right, I only need this one, Luke. Alright. And then, I will bend this over. Some people say, oh, you don't want to bend them over, or you only bend over one and then you cut the other. I bend them both over. I've done thousands of trailer bearings. I've done this truck at least 10 times.
Now
And I have never had a problem doing these bearings like this. And like I said, I got grease on the rotor. So I'll clean this off. And when you do the other side, it's basically the same. Wash, rinse, and repeat. I gotta do that again because I just got more grease on there. But that's how I do it. I realize now that I need grease caps for this. I didn't realize I was missing them, and my child was nice enough to get cotter pins all over my driveway. I do not want one of them in my tires. So then all we do the same thing in reverse. We will take, like I said, this is a great time to inspect your pads. My pads and rotors look absolutely perfect. Why do you have a brick, Luke? I probably should be mildly concerned as to why my child just came here with a brick. But yeah, we gotta. Then all we gotta do. By the way, this is a 3/8 Allen key. That is what is factory on this. Some of your aftermarket caliper bolts will be a star key. I want to say it might be a T55.
You know, bricks are the strongest thing for this.
Bricks are not the strongest thing. They are strong, but they're not the strongest ever. You want to make sure it's to factory spec.
Factory spec. No, it's a stuff.
Alright, now we can clean up this pile of paper towels. Which if I... Hi, Luke. Careful, now you got grease on you probably. Check your hand. Is it red? No? Okay. I don't want you underneath the truck. Please get out from under it. Like I said, these particular wheels, as much as I like them, they are going to be going in lieu of ones that fit better.
This is a big video.
Luke, careful or quiet. But what I can do, I can put the part numbers in the video description as well.
do that.
And actually, I'll make a pinned comment because I got enough crap in my video description. So I'll make it a pinned comment as to what these part numbers are. These are going to be from AutoZone. They are not a sponsor. Hey, AutoZone, if you see this video and you want to sponsor, I will gladly take your money.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Correct.
And hit that notification.
And this job can obviously be done without a cordless impact.
Hit that bell to get notifications from YouTube.
Yeah. And then all I have to do now is send him inside, and then I will test drive this. But it seems like it's a lot quieter than it was.
You know,
And if I have anything else,
don't forget to
Luke,
leave a like on
Luke,
the video.
why do you have a socket out of my set here? Yeah, so I guess that's going to be it for now. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed day. If I have anything else to add, like say if this was not my problem, I will add that after this. But thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Hey everybody, I actually wanted to do this when I was in the truck, but I forgot. But yeah, took it for a test drive. Everything was absolutely perfect. I saw nothing physically wrong with the bearings, but everything was fine. So thanks for watching.